Welcome to Hardheaded Podcast. We're excited that you've joined us as we have a conversation.
It's time to join the conversation. Welcome to another episode of Hardheaded. I'm your host, Matt Amos. With me as always, Chet Sears and Troy Trussell. Today, we've got what's on Chet's mind. We've got the top 3 items to never buy used. And Troy is going to bring us a good word.
Yep.
So to kick us off, Chet, what's on your mind?
Back by popular demand.
Oh gosh, here we go. Are you serious? Are people texting you and calling you like,
yes,
I want to hear more about this?
They were like, I don't know why this isn't a full thing. Like, this isn't a thing. This is awesome.
All right, well.
Multiple people, not just one. Like, and you ought to do this. This is what I don't get. Da, da, da. And I'm like, here we go.
All right.
Things I just don't get. Not necessarily things that are wrong.
Things you don't get.
I just don't get them.
All right. Last time we agreed on a few. We'll see.
I think you're going to be with me on this. The loud sock trend. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's going to dress normally, but I'm going to wear these crazy socks. Ooh, to be different, but I'm doing it like 75% of the rest of the business world.
Now, I've seen a lot of that in the wedding industry. People.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Grooms and all the groomsmen have like, the Marvel and it's so cool. I'm kind of with you. I don't really get it.
Just be like Matt. Only wear one pair of socks a year.
All year.
All year.
It's all you need.
Sometimes 2-3 years in a row. The ones I'm in right now.
Over a year.
2 years. Over 2 years.
Wow.
Yes. It'll be 3 in January.
Why not the change?
Which ones are you wearing?
Cobra Kai.
I was there when you put them on.
Yeah. And we're 6 seasons into Cobra Kai.
No, Cobra Kai, I was working with you. You put them on in the office. So that it could be just over 2 years.
When is the final season?
I'm saying it's just over 2 years.
Okay.
When's the final season?
It'll be 3 in
out?
January. It's here October.
Okay, soon.
Yeah.
I just don't get that. Another thing I don't get. People who go on neighborhood Facebook pages talking about my package says it was delivered, but it's not here.
Which one of you jokers took it?
So, like, they're asking if some random package was delivered to somebody else's house that I need to know because that's my package. Well, why do you need to go out on Facebook and post it? Just trust that the person that got your package sees the actual correct address on it. I didn't order anything. I'm going to bring it to your house. If you live in a neighborhood where your neighbors are going to take your packages and not give them to you, even if they were delivered incorrectly,
you should probably move.
Stop ordering Amazon.
Move.
Go to Walmart. I'm telling you, hey, I don't live in a massive neighborhood, but there's 5 or 6 of these a week. I got a package.
I used to live in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I remember those.
Yeah.
And they really annoyed me.
Well, it's Wichita's fault because the stupid streets.
They're all the same.
Yeah. This is State Street. This is State Street Court. This is State Street North Court 472. This is State Street North Court West. It's no wonder the delivery drivers can't get it right.
Great job.
But quit
Wichita.
posting about it on your neighborhood Facebook pages. Just deal with it. Nobody else on social media wants to know about it.
If it comes to me, because we get packages at our office all the time that are meant, because we're suite 120, the suite at the end is 100. But for some reason, they bring all packages to suite 120. And so then I've got to take that package and I'm like, oh, that one's not ours. That's for 100. I'm going to take it over to 100.
No. Post it on Facebook like everybody else.
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's why I don't
I'd be like, hey, I got this package for Suite 100 today at my office.
Yeah. Come get it.
Come get it.
Like, I'm going to take the effort to let the world know by putting it on the internet. as opposed to just going. And I'm going to do everything possible to not come in contact with my neighbor, is what that tells me. Like, just, I don't know. I don't get it.
You may not have to worry about it for too much longer because apparently UPS is going to go on strike. So it's just going to be solely Amazon delivery drivers delivering those packages.
Amazon's going to go out of business, ultimately. Because speaking of strikes, did you know there have been more strikes in the first 2.5 years of this Biden presidency than the history of the modern era presidencies?
I guess I just haven't heard about them.
Everybody's going on strike. There's a writing strike in Hollywood right now.
I know about the writer's strike because Bob Hamer talked to me about that because he's on strike right now too.
There's just strikes everywhere.
Yeah,
everybody's striking. I'm not talking about that. I get that. We're not going to talk about it. I don't get. All right, you got to listen to me all the way through. I don't get rumple strips on the side of the road.
Did you just say rumple?
He said you got to listen to him all the way
rumple
through,
or
man.
Rumble?
Rumble.
Or a rumble?
I believe I've always called them rumble.
I stand corrected.
Because it rumbles.
Okay. Hey, get to work on the computer, Troy.
I'm
willing to admit I'm wrong if you find it.
I don't care.
That doesn't happen too often, so let's make it happen.
I'm going to believe you. Rumble strips.
I mean, like Rumpelstiltskin. I mean, I don't know.
Rumble.
Okay. Rumble strips.
Rumble. RUMBLE.
Are they strips? Rumble strips.
Shoulders reduce runoff the road crashes by warning drivers they are leaving their lane.
All right. Note the picture in Troy's laptop. Nobody on the audio can see this or on the video.
They're about 2 or 3 inches apart.
You have the white line, then you have a gap, and then you have the rumble strip. In Missouri, the white line is in the middle of the rumble strips. The white line is narrower than the rumble strips. Therefore, the rumble strip is in the lane. It's in the lane inside the white line in the entire state of Missouri. How can you get it so wrong, Missouri? I'm rumbling and I'm not even outside the white line. I use the whole lane as I was instructed to in my driving schools.
Is that in the center or on the outside?
What do you mean?
Chet's driving?
The white one.
Sounds like it's like this.
On the outside.
The white line.
Because Missouri also has a center line rumble strip. On
some roads.
Two lane roads.
Some, not all.
It's a longitudinal safety feature installed at or near the center line of a paved roadway.
I'm just telling you, it aggravates the heck out of me because I will rumble and I hadn't even touched the white line yet. And that, I don't get it. I don't get that. I get rumble strips, especially now that I know how to pronounce them. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
I just think it's the craziest thing.
I like how Chet says he uses the whole road. So to me, if you're on YouTube and this is the lane
on YouTube,
wherever on videos,
if you're watching the video.
If you're watching.
Oh.
So and this is Chet's truck. He uses the whole lane. That's how I picture Chet driving,
weaving like grandma. You remember in Ferris Bueller when he's running home, and he sees his mom, and
she's in the station wagon.
Yeah, and then she gets behind or maybe it's his dad. I can't remember. One of them gets behind the old lady, and she's like doing that down the road. Yeah. That's Chet driving down
100%
on a curvy road. I'm not going to stay in the center of the lane in the turn.
You're going to go outside in.
I'm going to go outside and I'm going to cut in. And I mean, you may be able to, if I'm not in Missouri, I may get my tires on the white line on the inside of a turn, a good turn to keep my speed up. Can't do that in Missouri without hitting the rumble strips. You can't even get near the white line without hitting the rumble strips. I don't get it.
You just got to be a more technical driver.
Do better, Missouri.
In Missouri, I guess.
Do better. Let's go. Let's rip all those rumble strips up.
Grind them down.
You can't move the white line in because then your lanes will be too narrow now.
I think they probably messed up on the road you were on because I'm looking here and it says for all freeways, use continuous strips that are 16 inches wide and 6 inches offset from the shy line, which would be the white line, correct?
Freeways, Troy. I drove on other roads.
Okay. Well, this has, for non-freeways, the same measurements here.
That's not true.
Well, I'm just saying.
Actually, it's not even true on the interstates. The interstates they did wrong too. If that's the law.
Yeah, this is the.
I've been on I-49 and I-44, and they're both like that in Missouri. And then every back road I've been on that has rumble strips has them in the wrong place.
Man.
Or the white line is in the wrong place.
Something wrong with this.
I don't get it.
Road workers there in Missouri.
All the different ones. All right. Number whatever. Oh, this isn't in the top 3 list. I'm just still going. I got 2 more. Where did Stanley Cup just come from out of nowhere? Why did I just notice that having a Stanley Cup was the thing? The mugs? What happened?
What do you mean? The Stanley Cup, like that they win in hockey?
No. Stanley, the thermos people.
Yeah.
Everybody's walking around with the fluorescent pink Stanley mug. I thought people were like on the Hydroflask train, and then I turn around and do a double take, and now everybody has the Stanley mugs. They're everywhere. Well, I don't get it.
I haven't seen it.
Well, you're not paying attention.
This? A pink Stanley 40-ounce stainless steel tumbler?
Yes. They're everywhere.
Pink ones, huh?
Look, show Matt. Those are everywhere, Matt. You'll see them everywhere now. But like I thought just like 30 minutes ago, people were doing those Hydroflask stainless steel big drink things. I'm still back on the Nalgene's. Like, why aren't we still using those? I'm still using.
What about Yeti? I thought Yeti was a thing. Rich
so
people.
Yeti makes the Hydro Flasks.
Really? Well, they lost the market share to Stanley because every soccer mom out there has got a Stanley Cup.
Maybe, but I'm telling you, my daughter, because I got one.
Yeah.
At the last Wounded Warrior Outdoors event, because Yeti donated a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I got one of those Hydro Flask thingies, and I mean, my daughter stole it. I gave it to my wife. I said, "Hey, take this. When you're at work, whatever. I go that it help you. So you're not drinking whatever that water is over there, but you got good water that you're going to work with." And my daughter stole it.
Yeah. Well, my family has some Hydro Flask stuff. I still drink out of my Nalgene bottle from 1996.
I use those quite a bit.
But just so you know, I don't
But now the BPA free ones, because now they're BPA free. They weren't.
I have mine. Mine is BPA.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Well, I got it, and it's good because are you looking up to see if Matt's lying?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just was
It's crazy.
trying to figure
They're
out.
everywhere.
It's back with pink color. It's so hot in 2023.
No, I'm gonna call it right now. As quickly as everybody got away from Hydro Flask and went to Stanley, what's next? Let's invest in the next stainless steel cup, people, because they're gonna run away from this, and the hot new trend is gonna be a different brand.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to make that brand. Maybe we need to get in the stainless steel cup gang.
No.
Matt, you like soccer?
Love soccer.
Soccer moms. All right, last one. Things I don't get.
Soccer dads.
I don't get people who give too much personal information during an introduction in a professional setting. For instance, I may or may not have been in a meeting the other day where there were people that may or may not have known each other, and an individual may or may not have said, "Hey, I'm going to make up a name. My name is Sam. I have responsibility for, fill in the blank, robot basket weaving. And I'm here to talk about whatever. Oh, and by the way, I'm a musician." I don't get it. People are doing it. Like, they're trying so hard to connect that they're giving their Facebook bio in just a normal, instead of, "Hi, I'm Sam, and let's talk about basket weaving with robots." It's like, "Oh, da 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 da, and I have a dog, and in my spare time, I like to play Dungeons and Dragons." Stop it. I don't get it. Like, I don't mind.
Sounded like Michael Jordan right there. If you're doing drugs, stop it. Have you ever seen that Jordan commercial? It's pretty good.
Anyway, Troy didn't pay attention to that drug commercial.
No, he didn't.
I'm sorry, Troy.
You didn't listen to the old MJ.
Nope.
Yeah, look, I don't mind getting to know people, but don't try to shove all your personal information into the first time I meet you. I would like an opportunity to
Get to know you a little bit.
I don't need to have, you don't need to throw me the bone of, here's something I want you to talk to me about. Because more than likely, I don't want to talk to you about your musicianship or whatever you may have brought up. There's bound to be something else we have in common. So anyway, that's what's been on my mind. Things I don't get. I have a running list now that I keep in my phone, and I just write it down, and I'm like, next time, if I have enough, I'm going to get to the next time we record, and I'm going to talk about it. So
that's good.
Just so you know, that's where we are. Things I don't get. Things that Chet doesn't get.
Whew.
That's all I've got.
All right.
Matt's looking up that commercial instead of telling us to.
Well, we're going to break for top
break.
3. We'll be
lost
back with top 3 items to never buy used.
Yeah, we'll be right back after these short messages.
From your local sponsors.
At Admiral's Pennant, our mission is to offer the latest and refined, high-quality masculine products and services to the modern gentleman, as well as provide him with the tools and products necessary to look, act, and feel confident in his appearance and social interactions. Check it out at admiralspennant.com. Without it, you might as well shave.
And we're back.
With our top 3 items to never buy used. Starting with Troy. What do you got?
That was fantastic, man. It's almost scripted.
Number 3, batteries.
Ooh, I had not thought of that one.
Do not buy used batteries. Worthless. Don't know how much life they got left. Even if they got, you remember that little scale that you could hold?
Push it.
Yeah, and it would tell you how much battery. No, still not buying them.
That even goes for like car batteries too, right?
Oh yeah. Big time. I would. Yeah. No. Number 2, underwear.
Seems kind of obvious, but
Well,
sure.
when you got 4 boys in your house, the oldest one's 11. You think about those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never buy underwear used. That's a good idea. I can't argue with that. That's sound logic.
Yes. Number 1, a mattress and or pillow. Do not buy used. And I'll even go I'll save that for honorable mention. But yeah, mattress, pillow. So many I saw too many old mattresses, bed bugs, and a bunch of crap when I was in the prison ministry world. Not good.
So you're pro fill up the landfills with perfectly good furniture like mattresses, just because you can't sell it. You're good with that? So you're anti-climate.
I guess so.
I'm kidding. I'm with you.
Woke them up, Chet.
Yeah. Now, would you accept a donated mattress from somebody that you knew?
I'd be hesitant.
Okay. All right.
I might accept one from somebody that I knew and take it to the deer lease or something.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't put it in my house.
Okay.
What's the difference?
You don't sleep in it as often.
And I'm probably just going to sleep on it in a
Sleeping
bag or something.
Okay. I'm just saying, I had a mattress for a lot of years that came from a complete stranger's house.
And that's...
Because, I delivered furniture.
But you didn't buy it.
No, I didn't buy it.
Yeah. Well,
this is items to
it.
never buy used.
Well, I guess never.
Because you guys are so good. You're so good at following the top 3 list rules. We'd have to go back all the way to last week to find out where you violated the top 3 rules.
I don't think I violated. I may have bent them to mean what I want them to mean.
Yeah.
Like you guys did while I was gone, Troy.
Whatever. You said yourself earlier you haven't even listened to them.
Yeah. How do you know, Matt?
Yeah.
Well, because I heard
Yeah.
from the grapevine that Troy did not obey the rules, and it was some confusion about what the top 3 meant.
Yes, that's right, Troy.
Well,
You were
it was confusing.
Chicken. You were like Popeye's chicken, pieces from Popeye's.
No, that's what Broughton said.
Oh, dang. That's Broughton. Yeah, that was Broughton, man. Back off. I'm arguing on both sides of this. That's all I'm doing.
Whatever.
Trying to make a
Let's move on.
Yeah, moving on to you.
We're moving to me.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, electronics.
What?
I don't
Across the board.
cross the board.
Gaming consoles, car stereos.
I just don't think it's a good idea.
Transistor radio. TVs.
I wouldn't do TVs.
Yeah.
Your transistor.
No, too many
Cameras?
Now,
Is an iron an electronic? Because you plug it in.
more like entertainment like used stereos and speakers
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Just because, I don't know, out of warranty typically, and I mean now you've bought it and then you're stuck with it, and then if it doesn't work or it quits like soon after you get it,
Yeah.
your only option. I mean, what do you do with old electronics? I mean, you either throw them out or you got to go recycle them or whatever.
Well, and then there's why are you selling it? I think that's a great question to ask with just most of the stuff. Why are you selling your underwear? Does it not fit you anymore, Matt? Why are you selling it?
Well, I mean, nobody's gonna want my underwear because there's gonna be holes.
Yeah. Why are you selling your mattress?
Most notably
Because you've puked all over it and then tried to wipe it up and the smell wouldn't come out? Like, I don't know why.
I can't remember the last time I got rid of a mattress. Yeah. I don't know. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: like when I was delivering furniture,
You take them.
we'd take them and we'd throw the old ones away.
Yeah.
But if somebody didn't like the new one they just bought,
Mm-hmm.
or there was a manufacturer's defect, like somebody would call and be like, "Oh, this stitch right here, it's popped." We'd have to take the mattress back, deliver a new one, and then take that one out to the dumpster and cut a big gash in it so nobody could just go take it out of the dumpster because it's a perfectly good mattress.
Yeah.
That's how I got mine. I was like, I'm not cutting this stupid thing. I go, this is a really expensive mattress. I'm getting ready to have a really awesome mattress at my house.
Well, here's something.
I go, it's 3 months old. I go, the house was nice.
Hey, you pay
Still have it today, huh?
No.
you pay $100 just to sleep in somebody's used mattress
At a hotel.
for one night. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Sleep on used mattresses
Hypocrite.
all the time. And they don't always even wash the
I'm
sheets.
kidding.
Sometimes they take the little spray balls and they just spray the sheets.
I don't even want to think about that kind of
That's
stuff.
a whole different topic
They
right
spray
there.
the stains, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen those Datelines going undercover.
All right, electronics.
Number 2, sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag.
Just,
You know what?
I'm not a huge fan of used sleeping bags. I know.
And you know how many times those get washed? Whatever number you could come up with in your head, it's actually less than that.
It's probably, yeah.
Like, unless your number is 0.
I may have washed my sleeping bag once.
I think my number was 0. I haven't washed my sleeping bag.
Well, but
ever.
you don't want to,
I wash
and
mine
you don't
quite a
want to
bit.
wash it because it ruins the heat retaining ability of the.
Depending on the material that you have in there.
No, it still breaks it down little by little to where it's not as warm as it initially was. So you don't wash them. I mean, Phil Robertson, that's what he talks about. He goes, yeah, I never wash my hunting clothes,
Yeah.
and I think back to the Marine Corps, and if you've ever bought a surplus sleeping bag Lord
Yeah.
have mercy. Cause I mean, never, ever, ever washed mine. And we use that thing
A lot.
at least
And you get in
12
there.
to 14 days a month.
And you get in there.
There's no
And
showers.
you're nasty.
Oh, you are bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you bought congratulations.
I
mean,
would rather sleep in a used mattress than a used sleeping bag.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to do either.
And then number 1, prosthetic socket.
That's not on my list.
Not on mine either.
I don't know what makes people think that they're going to
Completely
go
makes sense though.
that they're going to go buy a prosthesis online because they've
They
lost
do
it.
this?
And we just recently had somebody
No way.
wearing a socket that was bought on eBay that was somebody else's. Like, it's not going to fit.
Yeah. And you hope they clean that.
Yeah, I mean, did you take the liners too? Because that's
I don't even want to think about it.
That's like underwear.
it's
No, it's
worse.
dude. It's so bad.
It's worse.
It's so bad.
But
It's
yeah,
bad.
I mean, and I get it. There's a, some people can't afford, the prosthesis or whatever, but,
Yeah.
and so that may be the only option that they have, but do some searching because there's some groups out there that'll help.
Yeah.
That'll help make that happen for you. So don't go around using or wearing
Somebody else's
else's
prosthesis.
socket.
Noted. All right. I'll go number 3, shoes. Just don't do it. I'm not
I
doing it.
wouldn't buy used shoes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the top 3
Hand me
is.
downs are okay though.
The trend of like I'm gonna buy somebody's 1989 pair of Jordans for like $7,000. No, not doing it. And wear them like you're crazy. I'm not feet are nasty, and I'm not putting my feet up in something.
What
unless
about
it's
if
a
they
bowling
were?
shoe?
What if they were mine?
I'll do bowling shoes.
Yeah, I'd take yours.
No,
Why not?
because my foot's not that small.
What size shoe do you wear?
14.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like skis.
Chet doesn't have a big selection when it comes to shoes anyway.
I
so-
don't.
I've bought shoes at Goodwill.
Nope, I'm not doing it.
Bought a pair of Hoka's, or
What's-
my wife did.
What's been in there? What kind of foot fungus has been in there? Do you just go around in like public showers barefoot?
Oh,
Huh?
Maybe.
That's where you're putting your foot in a used shoe?
that's
And-
something else I don't get. Is somebody coming out of those camp showers in their bare feet, like at state parks?
Dude,
Flip flops.
I was just there.
You
and
gotta.
I'm like it's the adult version of the game of lava. Like I'm not gonna touch the floor with my foot. I don't
Like,
care.
Back when I had feet, if that cold water from that concrete touched my foot,
Dude, I'm telling you, it's
no.
it was very hot and sticky in there. So it's one of those where you dry off, but you never get dry. And I'm balancing on
You got some powder.
on top of my crock, trying to get my underwear on in there. Like I can't touch the floor. Can't do it.
Oh, and then you accidentally slip and the underwear touches the water, and then you're just like, no.
That did not happen, but
Oh, it didn't,
I
but
feared it. I feared it.
It's
greatly.
happened.
All right, number 2, fishing reels. Not buying them used. I will wait and get one on sale or find a good deal or build up some points somewhere to get one, but I'm not going to buy somebody's used fishing because there's a reason you're getting rid of it. A lot of people don't get rid of their fishing stuff unless something's wrong with it. So, number 1, tires.
Man, that almost made my list too.
It almost made mine too.
And I want to be specific.
Almost put tires instead of underwear.
If it's plural, I condone. Hey, I have really good tread on all my tires, and one of them got cut on the sidewall, and I need to get through. I don't have enough time to buy. I don't have enough money to buy a whole set. I'm just going to buy a tire used, comparable to the 3 other ones. If you're buying a whole set of used tires, no way I'm doing that. There we go. My top 3. I almost had mattresses on there. Actually, thought about it quite a bit, and it's I sleep in a hotel a lot. I guess it's basically the same thing, isn't it? Isn't it?
I mean, you're buying it.
Maybe.
You're renting it for a night.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
even worse.
But
It's even more like a sleeping bag because who knows if they wash those sheets.
But then it goes to furniture for me. Like the same reason that you wouldn't want to be in a mattress is it happens on furniture.
See, I'd buy leather furniture used, but I wouldn't buy fabric.
Well, that's why I told Hannah, like I've told, for however long we've been married, 14 years, 13, whatever. Told her, no, I don't buy used couches.
Yeah.
Like I want new couches.
Right.
Unless it's down there with the kids, which I still don't even really want that because sometimes I sit down there with
Yeah.
them. Like, no, we got to buy brand new couches.
Yeah.
I don't care if we get the cheap stuff because we know it's not going to last a while, but yeah, new.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
All right.
All right, nice top 3, gentlemen. Troy, bring us the good word.
The good word is living. So my boys the other night asked me kind of together the same question a couple of different ways. Like, so how do we know how do we know this isn't just a book? Like, it's the Bible. Like, how do we know it's just not a book written by some dude? You know, my kids, for those listening who don't know, they're 11, 9, and 6, the three that were asking me this. And so I said, you know, we just trust that it was written by men who were inspired by God and is the living word of God. And I said, even the Bible talks about itself and how it is living and active. And so Hebrews 4:12 came to mind. For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of soul and spirit, joints and of marrow, and discerning the thoughts and intentions of the heart. And I just told them the only way to figure out if it's just a book or if it's the living, breathing, active word of God is to read it. And so that's my good word. Is it living? Is the Bible living? The best way to figure that out is to read it, study it, and get to know who wrote it.
Yeah, and 100% agree. And 11's a little young for this.
Yeah.
But go the things that are talked about there are real places, real people that you could find other sources that point towards its accuracy as well. Had a discussion recently with somebody not that we were, it was just kind of talking about Mormonism. And if you look at the Book of Mormon, every town, planet, angel, all the stuff, find where else that is. Like, find a town that's mentioned in the Book of Mormon. There's not. It's all stuff that's not of this earth. No names, no people, there's no other sources. And you look at the Bible, Corinth, we could point to that on a map. You want to talk about Paul's missionary journeys in Acts, go to a map. They're there. You could go to those places and find historical facts that validate what the Bible's talking about. So anyway, I like that.
That's good.
Because it's alive. It was alive then. It's alive now.
Yep.
And somebody did a study about the probability of all these different authors basically reiterating the same things over the various spans of time that they were written, having never met each other. And the probability of those likelihoods coming together was like basically impossible.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Right there with you, man. That's awesome, man. I love it that your kids are talking about that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and another thing, they've just been, hey, read us a story. And so I picked like some pretty manly stories. And I thought it was pretty awesome. I read the whole story of, David and Goliath and how he chops off Goliath's head and carries it, and they were like, what? My 9-year-old was like, does that really say that? Let me see. And I'm like, look right here. It says, and he can read pretty good. So I'm like, right here. It says he cut off his head with his own sword.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa.
Yeah. You need to go to Judges next.
Yeah.
Not really.
Wait, no, I'm not. Where he buries the sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show. This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.